Hello boys, I Dr. Pradeep Kumar Srivastava, welcoming to all of you in my surveying class. Today's topic is the cross section and cross section of the road. My dear boy, what do you think mean of the cross section? If suppose a river is flowing, and suppose, but it is, you just imagine that if you cut the river here, the from this side, or this side, if you stand to see how the shape of cut the cross section, how the cut after the cut of what is the shape of river. So you will see, if you will see from here to here, and if you see here to here, like this, you will see after the cutting, river is looking like this. Okay. Suppose, my dear boy, suppose if this is a rail line and you have cut from here, how you will see at the both front of, you will see like and these two railway line, railway line. So cross section is very useful for the civil engineer. Without cross section, you can't image. So today's topic is the cross section and cross section of the road. First, we will study what is the objective of cross section and geometry and science. A cross section is the non-empty intersection of a solid. Today, a three-dimensional space with a plane or along the higher dimensional space, cutting an object into slice, create many parallel cross section. The boundary of cross section in three dimensions, space and the parallel to who of the axis, and that is the parallel to the plane determined by the these axis, is sometimes referred to as a contour line. For example, if a plane cut through mountain of the right relief map, so parallel the ground The result is a contour line in two-dimensional space showing point of the surface and the mountain of the equal elevation. Clear? If a plane intersects a solid to three-dimensional object, and that is a region common to the plane and the solid, it's called a cross-section of the solid. A plane containing a cross-section of the solid be preferred as cutting plane. The shape of the cross-section of a solid may depend upon the orientation of the cutting plane to the solid. For the instance, while all the cross-section of the ball or disc and the cross-section of the cube depend on how the cutting plane is related to the cube. If the cutting plane, the perpendicular to a line joining the center of two opposite faces of the cube, and the cross section will be secure. However, if the cutting plane is the perpendicular to a diagonal of the cubic joining opposite vertex, the cross section can be either a point, a triangle, or hexagon. Now, that is topic second. Basic element of cross section of road. Width of carriageway, including number of links, central reservation for median strip shoulder. So, camber of the carriageway, cross shaft, and side slope of the cutting and embankment. Ancillary element safetyfences crash, attenuation device, anti-dazzlescreen and noise barriers. Now land with the high travel way. The width of the surface, road, and number of the lanes should be adequate to accommodate the type and volume of traffic anticipated, the assumed design speed of the vehicle, and the meeting incoming vehicle of the passing slower one at traffic density vehicle speed and the track width have increased. Two-lane highway have also increased in the width from 16 to the current recommended value of the 24 width. So urban land width is normal, not less than 3.5 meters. Moreover, lanes are used for economic or environmental reason and two-way local distributor route can be as narrow as 6.1 meter in carriageway width, provided that car parking and it is restricted in the urban area. Width of the near side lane and often increased to improve condition for the cyclist, allow more space for commercial and allow more space for the commercial vehicle. Now, rural lane width. Rural lane width, rural road, recommended lane and width is 3.65 to reduce accident and increase capacity. The standard age treatment on the normal two-lane single carriageway consists of the 0.1 strip, the same construction as the carriageway on the both across with a solid line and so that total width become 9.3 meters. Standard for the intersect system. Set lane with an 11 for rural road and when tariff density is less than the 200 vehicle per lane and per hour for the other rural and all urban facilities which are set to be 22 feet for the primary highway carrying 200 vehicle lane and width 11 feet or 12 feet depending on designing speed and no commercial vehicle for secondary road desirable lane is 10 feet. Median strip of the divide highway. A median is the element of divided roadway that separate the lanes in the opposing direction in order to provide positive protection against a conflict with opposing traffic, medicine, stop, and providing and dividing highway. The width of these median strips vary from 4 to 60. Where median strip or narrow separation is the merely provided by result and by right curve and where greater with a valuable curve and maybe or maybe not be used. Often the rural area, the white division alone serve the purpose and no rise barrier it is employed. Mediation is an important component of the cross section of the road. Advantage of the median of the road are given as the chance of accident which might produce head on the collision separation operation. So separation between the two direction traffic. Headlight is clear from the opposing tariff is less troublesome at the intersection. A wide median provided refuge from crossing traffic and a safe waiting place for the traffic runs and space for road furniture storage lenses. An intersection, a wide median provided refuge from the crossing and traffic and the safe waiting place of the traffic and taking turn and speed for the head turn furniture and storage lens. Due to a high cost of land, nor width provided of normal section and added width where right turn of एक X traffic are to be accommodated are used. Median are often narrowed at a great separation in the order to reduce the length or width of the structure. So median width of the 60 feet or wide are inadvisable to, to signalize intersection location because extra time is required. Shoulders in highway cross section. In the cross section of road, it is that portion on the roadway between the outer edge of the quarter traffic lane and the inside edge of the ditch gutter curve of the script should be provided for the safe operation. And to allow the development for traffic capacity, and shoulder also provide a place of the vehicle to park in emergency, that is for changing tires. Shoulder also function to literally support the cabinet of structure. Now, dimension of the road shoulder. Outside shoulder are width of at least 10 feet and preferably 12 feet. That is clear of all obstruction. Desirable for all the heavily traveled and the high speed highway. Inside shoulder are often not as wide, often 4 feet. Mountainous area, due to the extra cost of the width, is kept less and the use of the parallel shoulder may be permitted. Under these conditions, emergency parking pull out are provided. So in section with the guardian or other virtual additional to shoulder, widening shoulder are provided. Cross section of road. My dear boy, now this is the photograph. This is the real cross section of the road. And if in the diagram you have looked the plain road like this, but after the cut of this point, this type of cross section is looking this. Have you clear the cross section of road? This is the main road. This is berm. This is total distance. Now element of the road. Carriageway. The width of the pivot way on which vehicle travel called carriageway or pavement width. This is single lane 3.75 meter, two lane 7 meter, and 2 lane, other 7.5 meter, and multi-lane, that is this 15 meter. This is the formation of width. Formation top of the highway distance. Now right of way. The right of way is the area of land required for the road along alignment, and it is distance between the boundary stone on the either side of the road. Shoulders are provided along the road edge to serve as an emergency lane for vehicle. A para IRC is the minimum width of the shoulder, should be 2.5 meter. The slope of earthwork is filling in meter and cutting in the side slope and interruption stability of earthwork. This is the size. The distance between the road to and the inner edge of the borrow pit is called berm. It prevents the erosion of the embankment soil and boundary stone. To medical, the boundary of the land is required for road, stone, and others from the center line of the road. And these stones are known as the boundary stone. Now side drain. For the drainage of the rainwater drain to provide it on either seams on the road. So normally side drain are required for the road in cutting, for road in embankment, and side drain is not necessary. Building line, so distance of the center time of road on either side within which construction of the building is not permitted is called building line. At a location like bank, hospital, factory, theater, etc., to the road where more people gathering, disturbance to the traffic will be more. And spoil bank. The bank constructed from the surplus executed search at the side of the road and cutting parallel of its alignment are known as the spoil bank. The soil from the spoil bank can be used of the repair of the shoulder. See this is the borrow pit. The pit dug along the road alignment for using excavated earth in the construction of embankment are known borrow pit. Now the boundary between pavement or shoulder or footpath are known curves. What is curve? A way or path over which cyclist vehicle and pedestrian can pass lawfully. So roads are normally used for the transportation with a country. Advantage of road: nearest to the man as are going to the airport, harbor, railway station can be used by all type of vehicle from cycle to trailers. Can lead to any remote area. A road user leave freedom of movement, and vehicle movement are not bound. Road are open the traffic for 24 hours. And typical road cross section. This is the cross section. It is the road cross section. This is the typical road cross section. How you will see the road. Cross section element. The cross section of the road include some of all the following elements: traveled way, roadway, median, shoulder, curve, traffic barrier, bicycle and pedestrian facility, and drainage channel and side slope. Two-lane rural highway. Two-lane rural highway cross section. This is urban highway cross section. Now, specification of the appropriate cross section element. In selecting the appropriate cross section, the element and dimension designer need to consider a number of factors: volume and composition, person, truck, buses, and recreation vehicle of the vehicular traffic expected to use the facility. The link hood, the cycle and distribution will use the route. Climatic condition. Selection of the appropriate cross section and element. The person of natural or human made subtraction adjustment to the road, neck and large tree wetness building power line, and type and the intensity of the development along the section of the highway facility that is being designed and located. A must appropriate design in the on that balance the mobility need of the pupil and using the facility, some motorized, pedestrian, cyclists, physical concentration of the corridor with use the fairly is located. Now road. A road, a way or path over which cyclist, vehicle and pedestrian can pass easily, rough or normal used by transportation amidst a country. Advantage of the road: nearest to the man, either going to airport and harbor the railway station. So can be used by the all type vehicle from the cyclist to the trailers and can lead to any remote area, and road user have the freedom of the movement, and vehicle movement are time bound, and road open the traffic for 24 hours. Discuss typical road of cross section. The cross section of the cross road include some or call the following element: and traveled way, roadway, median, shoulder, curve, traffic, bar, traffic barrier, and bicycle pedestrian facility, drainage are given side flow to me. Now this cross section and urban highway. Selection of the appropriate cross section element. In selecting the appropriate cross section element and the all dimension, designer need to consider a number of factors. A volume and composition, percent, track, buses, and percentile vehicle of the vehicular traffic accepted use the facility, and the likelihood that the crystal and paid still will be the route climatic condition. And this is the cross section element. Now right of way. That is important thing. Right of way. The right of way can be described generally as the publicly owned or the land the compensations with the way right of way in the land set decide the right of way the land set decide for use of highway corridor, and right of way purchased prior to the construction of a new road as the usually enough extra land in the purchase. Sometimes right of way are left vacant after the initial road facility is constructed to the yellow road. Future highway expenses. Now right of way. Require of area for right of way are followed. For 2-lane road, 150 feet. For 4-lane, 250 feet. For 8-lane, 350 feet. And number of lane on the traveled way decide on the basis of expected tariff and volume appropriate level service and for the facility means huge. Dual carriageway, dual carriageway. When traffic volume are quite heavy and carriageway may be divided into two parts by providing a median strip and each portion of the carriageway is reserved for traffic moving in the opposite direction. This is the roadway. Clear? Now formation width. It is the sum of width of the carriageway, shoulder or median strip is provided. In the case of embankment, it is measured at the top width. In the case of cutting, it is the bottom width of the cutting from which side drain are excluded. Shoulders. See my watch in picture, this is the shoulder. Function of shoulders. Accommodation of the stopped vehicle, disabled vehicle versus stop, emergency use, latest support for the pavement, space for the roadside faculty, and space for the bicycle and reader stream, driving comfort, freedom for the strain. Now accommodation of the stopped vehicle and disabled vehicle versus stop and emergency use and lateral support for the pavement and space of the roadside facility, space for the vehicle and pedestrians and driving comfort, freedom from the strain, and improvement of the side distance and improvement in the capacity, width of the shoulder. Low type width minimum 0.6 meter, recommended 1.824, and shoulder provided for bicycle minimum 1.2 meter wide. Highway PPE road minimum 3.0 meter, recommendation 3.6 meter. Width of the shoulder, have you read this? It means high type road minimum 3.0 meter, recommended 3.6 meter, and shoulder should be continuous. Shoulder on bridge should have the same width for the approach section. Now, median or traffic separator. It is the physical or painted separation provided on the divided highway between two adjacent off-road. Median skin median can also be used to isolate slow and fast moving traffic in the same direction. So width of the median managed from 1.2 to 2.4. Width of the median range from the 1.2 to 2.4 meter, 12 to 1.2 to 2.4 meter. See, this is the clear picture, clear view of the road. This is another clear and showing curve in this. Okay, this is the median. Now function of the median. Separate opposite traffic, recovery area for out of the control vehicle, stopping area, and storage of the right turning and U-turning vehicle, and minimize headlight glare, provision of the future lanes, and the kerb. So we will discuss on the kerb. Function of kerb. Drainage control, roadway edge, delineation, right of way reduction, delineation of the pedestrian walkway, and reduction in the maintenance operation, and assistant in the roadway side development, and type of curve. Class 1 curve, height 7.9 centimeter. Class 2nd curve, height 50 to 20 centimeter. Barrier 23 to 45 centimeter. And submerge provide latest stability. Footpaths are provided in urban roads. There are rise strip constructed along both of the edge of road, and the minimum recommendation width is 1.3 meter. Footpath of sidewalk. This is footpath or sidewalk. Which is this is this is this is sidewalk or footpath. This is main road. This is footpath. This is footpath or sidewalk. This is main road and this is the footpath. Bicycle and parking lane. Bicycle lane is a portion of roadway designated by the stripping, signing, and or pavement marking for professional or exclusive use by bicycle and or another non-motorized vehicle. So parking lane is an additional lane provided on urban road and stressed for the on-street parking. This is bicycle and parking lane, and it has shown made. This is bicycle lane. Traffic barrier. A longitudinal barrier including bridge, rail, or an impact attenuator used to redirect vehicle from the hazard located with the established design clear zone to prevent the median crossover and to prevent the errant vehicle of going over the side of the bridge structure, to protect worker occasionally and to protect pedestrians or bicycle from the vehicle traffic. This is traffic barrier. This is traffic barrier. Clear? And this is traffic barrier also. This is slope, drainage channel, and side slope. Now, drainage channel side channel should have adequate capacity of design for runoff and minimize drainage to be highway caused by the insulate storm water and minimize risk the motorist and the resistance to the high speed water flow were expected and prevent sedimentation of the particles carried by water. Now drainage channel and side slope. So side slope should ensure the stability of the roadway and provide opportunity for the recovery of an out of the control vehicle. Right of way. The right of way can be described generally as the publicly owned area of the land. It encompasses of the all various cross section of the element. To right of the way is the land set site for use as the highway carrier and the right of the way to purchase prior of the construction at the new road at the usually enough extra land is the purchased, and sometimes right of way are left vacant after the initial roadway faculty of the constructed allow the future of highway extension. Right of way and a requirement of area of the right of way as follows. For 2-lane road, 150 feet. For 4-lane road, 250 feet. And for 8-lane, 350. The portion of the roadway provided for the movement of vehicle exclusive of the shoulder. So number of lane are traveled way are decide of the waste of the expected traffic and volume and appropriate level of the service required for the facility. Now traveled way to carriageway. So lane which strongly influence traffic, safety and comfort, and lane with range from 2.7 to 3.6 meter with 3.3 meter lane pediment of the light of type of highway, 2-lane, two-way. Highway with the 3.6 lane provide safe clearance and between large commercial vehicles and enlarged dual carriageway. So when traffic volume are quite heavy and carriageway may be divided into two parts by providing a median strip, and each portion of the carriageway is reserved for the traffic moving in opposite direction. So dear boy, today you have read cross section of road, cross section, etc. information. I want to ask about this chapter some MCQ. So I will request you to participate on them. Now, which of the following is caused by careless handling? Which is correct answer? The four answer is looking on your screen. Correct answer is B. That is semantic error. And a system will be error free if we remove all the systematic error. Which is correct? It is correct or false? Yes, it is false. A series of closely speed contour line. So represent as a slip slope, gentle slope, uniform slope, plane surface. Yes, correct answer is A, slip slope. So a negative deflection so that the magnetic meridian to the, which is correct answer? Correct answer is B, western side of the true meridian. Next question, a telescope is said to be inverted if it's, please tell them about the correct answer. Correct answer is A, vertical circle. It's right to be bubble of the telescope is down. Now a angle of 45 with a chain and maybe set out with correct answer is A, optional square. Now a label line is a horizontal line parallel to the mean spherical surface of the earth. What is correct answer? Correct answer is B, line parallel to the mean spherical surface of the earth. Next question, a gate cap is fitted with a correct answer is B, prismatic compass. And a long 0, slope of the correction to the applied to each 30-meter chain length, then what is the correct answer? Correct answer is A, 30 seconds. This is your references. This is reference books. And thank you for taking interest in my class. You are welcome in my next class. Thank you.